Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated podcast where we take animation seriously. We talk animated shows and movies here, especially Miraculous Ladybug. Find everything about us at overlyanimated.com. I'm your host, Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall
Hey y'all.
and April Collins.
Hi there.
Miraculous Ladybug Season 6 is finally back in the US, and we are talking about the last 3 episodes before the Season 6 finale. These are episodes The Dirtifiers, The Chain Titans, and Queen of the Dreadzone that aired the last 3 weeks in the Disney US. I know they aired earlier elsewhere, but we've finally caught up, and the finale is not aired. The finale is not aired anywhere yet, and so we're very excited to watch the finale with everyone else.
Is it 2 parts?
2-part finale over the next 2 weeks. So here, what we thought
Over
of
the
these
next 2 weeks.
Yes, they're not airing them
They
together.
hate us.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to air them, both of them, on the same day like they normally do.
They're going to leak them. It's fine. It's the same thing.
Yeah, well, Gloob is
Perfect.
going to undercut them probably, but it's going to air the next
like 10 minutes.
the next 2 Saturdays. Yeah, probably, like literally that's what they do. And so
Gloob's like, you're airing on Saturday, we're airing on Friday.
That's literally that's what they do. It's very
At
funny.
11 p.m.
Yeah. And so we will talk everything about these 3 episodes, and we'll also get all our speculation in for the big season 6 finale. It's been a journey here, a year and a half to get here, but we're excited for Ladybug season 6 conclusion. Check out all of our previous podcasts at overlyanimated.com. Search for Ladybug Overly Animated anywhere, on Spotify, on YouTube, on whatever podcast app, to subscribe to not miss our previous and future Ladybug content. It's also big time and Overly Animated because the Avatar Aang movie just came out. So check out our podcast on that. Go stream that on Paramount Plus and support that movie. And then they announced the Avatar Seven Havens next Avatar show is in October, so now we have to start preparing for that. I'm kind of glad Ladybug season 6 is ending here. So
I could not handle it. I literally said that to Dylan. I can't believe it's coming in October, but I was like, thank God this season of Ladybug will be over because I can't do both of those things at once. I'll die.
Yeah, but they're
That's
kind of
fair.
threatening to air season 7, start it soon. Now, I don't believe them.
I was
So
going to
we'll
say,
see.
I can't handle that
weren't
stress.
they talking about starting 7 soon?
Yeah, I just don't believe them though. So we'll see. But we are here to talk about the Dirtifiers, episode 18, the Chain Titans, episode 21, and Queen of the Dreadzone, episode 24. So in terms of production order, only this last one is after this kind of previous arc that we were on, the previous tour before the recent Marinette's big feelings about keeping secrets from Adrian stuff. So we could
Big
talk about.
feelings.
We'll talk about that and, oh yeah, spoilers for everything that's not the season 6 finale of Miraculous Ladybug. Delaney, what did you think of these 3 episodes?
They're really good. Typical Ladybug. I had to pause and be like, oh my God. Shockingly, it wasn't really Marinette stressing me out. So the main one was Nino. Nino stressed me out real bad.
Yes.
I was like, what you doing? I thought these were just 3, like, really, to say they're like average is like not like they're like just really solid Ladybug episodes, and like our kind of average Ladybug episode's pretty good. So that's kind of where I'm at. I liked them. I think we were dealing with some really interesting things in all 3 episodes. I think Queen of the Dreadzone could have done a little bit more, but also we're building to some like nonsense, so who knows. I just liked them. I just thought they were really good, and we're settling, and I'm just really digging the animation, and just cool stuff is happening. I like we're just kind of hitting the gamut of like everything in this season. Like I think we're exploring some really interesting ideas, like like concepts, and kind of like the idea of family, and like the show does, I think, a really good job of tackling issues, and like the Chain Titans especially. You don't like even now. So we would like.
Yeah,
I don't want to say the majority, but like. What?
You're going to talk about societal views on divorce and stuff, and
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that for sure.
Yep. But yeah, that's what I liked. I thought they were all, pretty much. The show tackles a lot of really interesting stuff. I think we did neat things in all 3 episodes, and I liked all of them. I'm not sure. You're going to ask me at one point what like if I had to rank them, but I don't know. So I'll figure that out maybe.
I won't ask you. Did you have a favorite? Was it Chloe? Was it
It
the
was
divorce
not
episode?
Chloe. I think it might be the divorce episode, which is
That's what we're calling
interesting.
it.
The
That's the
divorce
most
episode.
stressful one.
It was the most stressful one. Unfortunately, that's how Ladybug works. I did like
Yeah.
the Dirtifiers, though. I also think the Dirtifiers, that's also a good, that is another kind of like societal episode.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Thank you, Delaney. April, what
Oh,
did you think?
I don't know. Yeah, it's between Chain Titans and the Dirtifiers because
I didn't even
Kagami.
ask you. Like you're like I'm like so in your head that you're like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, that's how.
She's
Yeah, you're like the
anticipating.
virus.
I wasn't even gonna.
The anxiety is getting to Delaney. Leave
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're in my dread zone of podcast dread
Apparently.
zone
of anxiety.
of anxiety.
The whole time.
I mean, Marinette is in a constant anxiety zone. Let's be real.
Same.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
April, what did you think of these episodes?
I agree that they were like using average is always like such a bad. It's like not what I mean, right? Like they're very good episodes, very well done. I don't know if this is a controversial take, but I think Queen of the Dreadzone was the weakest one.
Yes, I agree.
So
Dylan's screaming.
yeah, I know. I
Look,
can
I'll
hear
get
it.
my turn.
I can hear it in my head. I think Chain Titans, like, yes, it stressed me out the most. I mean, Nino did for sure. Yeah, but
He was having some Marinette moments, is what he was.
he was
doing.
having a lot of Marinette moments, which was really hilarious to see it not be Marinette having Marinette moments. But I really liked the concept of the like the villain with the parents and the jar. And so like just that alone, like I'm like I think that might be like my favorite one. But it discusses a lot of like the family stuff. I mean, all three of them are kind of like very family heavy. And then there's the thing with Kagame and Lila, and I'm so upset. And I really liked that they leaned super heavy into like Kagame being a Sentimonster. And I mean, they still like, I guess, danced around it, but like didn't at the same time. Because, Kagame's like, I'm not a normal kid. And I'm like, just say you're a Senta being. It's fine. Like, we already know at this point. But then does that
basically
mean...
say it?
Yeah, I mean, they do. Yeah. But they don't say it. They still don't say it. And then I'm like curious, like, Lila now. And yeah, I don't know what this finale is going to be, but I'm dreading it so much.
You're dreading it? Okay, that's
Yes.
exactly the mindset we want heading into a Ladybug finale.
Absolutely.
The Dreadzone is really Ladybug. It's the whole show.
The Dreadzone
Thomas is queen of the Dreadzone. It's Thomas.
And the Dreadzone is the Miraculous fandom.
Okay, all of those are good title ideas. Write all those down.
Yes.
I do really like Queen of the Dreadzone. I will defend this episode. I thought they're all good, but Dirtifiers I think is the most kind of ho-hum of the three, which is weird because there's big Sentis stuff, But I think it's just kind of half of that episode is the fight, the Splatoon fight with the Dirtifiers, which I thought was the least interesting of the three. Although, kind of some cool mechanics in there. It's just it went on for a long time.
I was gonna say I liked the mechanics, but it just went on for so long.
Yeah, I think but I did love the Kagami stuff and the Chain Titans. By the way, the Dirtifiers and Chain Titans I think are pretty slow paced episodes for Ladybug. So I was like,
definitely.
Shocked.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell Delaney and April. Like, for once, you don't really have too much to worry about these 2 weeks. Normally, it's like, go ahead, Delaney.
Oh, I think that's part of why I think kind of Queen of the Dreadzone feels so different is because it's so much after watching the Dirtifiers and Chain Titans, and then Queen of the Dreadzone's kind of like your normal like bam 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 bam.
Yeah. Queen of the Dreadzone is like that in the first half, which I actually adore. I adored the return of Chloe. I'll get back to Chain Titans, I guess. I think Queen of the Dreadzone is so funny. I think I will argue here in a second that they're really hitting on all cylinders finally with Chloe. So I think this was kind of the perfect Chloe episode. The Dreadzone fight I think was more slow paced. I think it's really good, but again, it kind of went on for a long time. I'm interested in what's going on with Lila in this episode. But I thought there was great commentary in Queen of the Dreadzone. It's such a good Chloe episode, so funny. I wouldn't say it's in the top tier of the season for me, so I don't think any of these three episodes really reach those kind of like best top five episodes of the season. But I did love Queen of the Dreadzone. Jade Titans, I also really loved. Now it
It's
is
a good
most
episode.
it's mostly this divorce stuff because I thought it was really well done. So one of my big criticisms with half of the season 6 episodes and really going back to season 5 and before is that I think the part of the Ladybug formula that they repeat every episode that is the most kind of weighing the show down, pun intended, I guess, with Chain Titans, is the fight, the villain fight. And so they're having to come up with more and more creative ways to do the villain fight. And this season had one of my favorites of all time with Adrian yelling at the statue of his dad. So I think they've gotten some really complex character moments out of these villain fights. And the second one I would now point to, in addition to the Gabriel statue episode, is Chain Titans. This fight scene was like we got this incredibly moving moment of the two villains unchaining each other from their the chains of their marriage, and it's presented in a
Yeah.
positive light
Yeah.
of them deciding to separate, and it's extremely progressive and I thought moving, and I kind of adored that use of the fight scene in that episode. In addition to that, it also had Marinette and Adrian appearing as different heroes, pretending to not have been heroes before, not knowing the other one is always a hero along with them, which I thought was extremely fun and was another really fun use of what I've been talking about. That since the first third of season 5, they actually got Marinette dating, and now Marinette and Adrian dating without knowing each other's identities, while frustrating to the audience, has so much narrative space to explore. And I thought this episode was another incredible use of that space. Seeing them as heroes, not knowing that's like it's so fun to fight together, not knowing that they normally are always fighting together. I adored that too. So Chain Titans, I think, is stealthily one of the best episodes of the season. I really enjoyed it, and there's also great stuff in Dirtifiers. I don't think it maybe came together as weird as well, but I like the Kagami character stuff. Since we're probably not going to talk about it later, I don't know what's up with the haikus with her mom. I think that's weird stuff. But
What a way to communicate with your child. I'm gonna implement that.
with haiku,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
This is April. This is your future mother
Perfect.
relationship. Mother
I
tips
can't
from
wait
Tomoe.
to fight. I can't wait to fight my daughter in our house with a sword.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, and
Start
then she's like, no,
investing.
my daughter's really mad at me. You know what would really help the situation if I gave her a metal sword?
Right. Upgrading
That-
her wooden one for a metal one.
yeah.
Like,
But-
okay, Tomoe, you weirdo.
But I did love the Sentimonster stuff in Dirtifiers, so I want to talk about that too.
Yes.
But let's talk about the return of Chloe. We've been waiting for it. I mean, I've been waiting for it. Have you?
You've
Were you
been waiting
guys
for it.
when the Chloe? I mean, wait. What? Oh, I guess what comes first, the Chloe poster or the or like her social
Chloe
media
poster.
clip? I think her social media.
The social media clip is
The
first.
social media clip.
What did you guys when Chloe comes on the screen? What's your reaction?
Okay, so like, unfortunately, this was spoiled for me, so I didn't get to be like, oh my god, it's Chloe. I felt dread, so that was a good job on the episode. I will say them doing the really dramatic banners and everyone being like, oh god, it's Chloe is like hysterical. I really so like this is even funnier knowing Thomas like fighting people on the internet about Chloe. Like that this is such a good vindication for it's really funny. Like the whole
Well,
thing is just
I think this
hilarious.
episode is a commentary on Thomas's relationship with the
Yes.
fandom about Chloe.
Yes.
It's really funny. It's just great.
April,
I
what
would
was
take
your
Chloe
reaction?
every day over Lila.
Okay, well, the issue is Lila's been all throughout this season. So were you happy to see her since we've been having to deal with Lila?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like you would change your tune if we had a whole season of Chloe with the Peacock Miraculous, although she would like give away her identity in like the first episode, so it wouldn't work. April,
Yes.
what was your reaction to seeing Chloe?
I mean, they really leaned hard into Chloe, and I felt genuine sorrow for Sabrina, and I was like, "Oh, sweet angel, you
Yeah,
are
I
so
want, like,
innocent," and
I
I
need to give,
hate
she
I
needs a
hate this
million hugs.
betrayal. Yeah, like I hate this betrayal so much. And I think now, like, the ending of the episode is even more hilarious if it truly is like a commentary on Thomas's relationship with like the internet and the fandom, because the place is trashed at the end of it.
That's
And they're
funny.
picking up trash. And I'm like, wait, is Thomas calling us trash? Because I can respect
Maybe not
that. That's fine.
us.
Maybe not us, but no, I know Thomas isn't calling us trash.
And he's
But
not calling the people on Twitter
Also,
trash.
Ivan being
no.
like, this was
Maybe.
her last great act of evil was really funny.
Yes. So,
It-
I still don't understand her mom's like million children. Like, what even
I
is
love
that?
that they're all together, and I love that we're not explaining it. Like, I personally think it's really funny.
Well,
And if
and
we
my
get
favorite
another kid, I will lose it.
my favorite part is whenever Chloe forgot she had a sister and was like is like staring at her mom and Luxie, and she's just like, family who? Like, what? That said,
I also
I
love
did
that
really
is
Go ahead.
like, that's the best. Noe's like, you're perfect. I love you.
Yeah, he's like, why are you the best sister
what do you
ever?
think of Chloe on the verge of becoming the #1 influencer in the entire world?
It
According
makes
to
sense.
who?
According to Noe,
According
that's
to the
what Noe
internet.
said.
But
According to
isn't she
follower
on
account.
isn't she on her own like social media?
Yeah, that's
No,
perfect.
Like
I believe the Zoo app is their stand-in for like Instagram or TikTok. So I think it's
well,
in
yeah,
general.
but was she on the Zoo app? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
Oh
yeah,
my
she
God.
was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like Jeremy Renner. It's like her
Yes.
Jeremy Renner app.
I would download the Jeremy Renner Chloe app,
I
like
would
for
download the
sure.
Jeremy Renner app. So funny. Oh, everything about it. Like, also, I did also like the whole evil is the new trend. Like,
Yes.
that was good.
Especially because Chloe's mom is like, why are we doing this?
So good.
So great. Like, why are we giving in to my rambunctious child? Okay, I do have a question because, and I know the answer, but I don't know if anyone else felt this way about the episode, but it felt like they didn't like they couldn't get the voice actress for Chloe, and so they were just using like old clips of her because because
I'm pretty sure that's not true. I'm sure
I'm
these
pretty
are
sure it's not
original
true
lines.
too, but I'm pretty sure. But also, they could have like cut up a bunch of
This
her
is
old
like best
clips to make
ofs.
new. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the amount of
You know
times
what?
I heard ridiculous, I was like, this feels
Well, this
pre-recorded.
is like a satire of Chloe and her role on the show and the
Yes.
fans' reactions. They say utterly ridiculous a lot. It's pretty fun. Should we go through Chloe's best lines of the episode? First of all, they do this like Chloe poster shot, and
It's hysterical.
everyone
Yes.
sees the poster. Marinette holding a croissant, sees
And
the
drops
poster,
it.
drops her croissant. Tiki picks up the croissant.
Okay, also, Miss
Thank you, Tiki.
Bustier, I was dying. Like, even the mayor is like, bruh.
I
And her
know,
baby
Chloe.
starts crying. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Chloe
Appropriate.
usurped the mayor. Well, I guess Miss Bustier wasn't mayor yet. I forget the timeline on that. But anyway, Chloe usurped the mayordom last season.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Trauma there. So we get all the Chloe running gags. We get the Jean-Claude gag, which at this point gotta be up there for longest running gags on television.
We took it to the extreme. Like, we Rick and Morty'd it. It's great.
Yes.
They completely have I don't think people know what that means, but Rick and Morty just like escalates on a thing throughout an episode. They did that with the Jean-Claude gag, and this is the final form. Now
I thought we were
everyone.
Jean Christian or whatever.
So good.
John
So
Williams.
it used to just be with her butler, but now everyone is Jean Regis under her
Yes.
employ, as she has grown, I guess, in influence with her social media presence. Is Jean Regis? No, the other Jean Regis. And then they get John William. No, I thought I was Jean Regis.
So so funny.
No, she renamed all of us.
So
And
funny.
then and then there's more if I can find it. But that's a big highlight for me is that them doing that gag, and that affects the plot too, as she can't do her scheme because they're confused about what their name is. The other thing is the utterly ridiculous. I think the highlight is Marinette gives a little speech to Chloe as they walk out on her, and she said, "I'm laughing because you're the one who's ridiculous, Chloe. Utterly ridiculous."
So good.
Also, the concept, with their own line.
The concept of being like, this is going to be my grand plan. I'm going to tie you up and throw tennis balls at you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely an original Chloe line.
She was like, I need onesies, tennis balls.
So funny.
Rope.
And they use the net cannon to
like, let her cook.
They use the net cannon to resolve the villain later, which is pretty
it's so good.
Creative, yeah.
So good.
Chloe says, duh, I just wanted to capture you and hang you from the tree so I could fire tennis balls at you.
Like,
that makes sense.
This is after she says, ew, what's that thing? That's a tree, ma'am.
I forgot about that.
That was Sarah's favorite line. But they honestly, this is really smartly written because it's like she notices the new tree and then they ask Lake she wants to hang them from the tree, and then they like what her props for that thing that doesn't happen is what resolves the fight. It's like
and that's why she has to leave. Because she wanted to cut down the tree, and because she wanted to cut down the tree, and
then By the way, why did they approve? Why did Miss Bousty approve her permits?
I don't know.
I guess maybe they're supposed to if it's like a valid reason.
Well, she said it came from Noe. Lux,
right, and we
like
know Noe has influence. Yeah, so
yeah.
But
and he's also not immediately associated with like the bourgeoisie, so that might have been why.
By the way, more parallels to Mamdani in New York, just because there's stuff about permits with they wanted to like set up a watch party, the owners of the Knicks, and there's like they didn't apply for the right number of people, and so then they had the permits. There's all so anyway. It's funny watch because they wrote this kind of before recent New York stuff, but it's kind of funny seeing it play out in parallel. We get more iconic Chloe lines. She says, "The last time I ever wrote something was to Santa when I was 6, and I didn't even write it. I dictated it."
So funny.
I think this is the funniest Chloe episode of the show, and she's always funny.
I mean, this is it. Yeah, this is it.
This is like peak Chloe, and I don't think we're gonna get her again. So, I mean, maybe we will, but it doesn't feel like it.
And we got what I wanted, which was her and Zoe like facing off while she's while she has the Miraculous. So I was thrilled.
Yeah, while Zoe had the Miraculous, and she's like, "I'm the real," it's a real Vesperia because her hero form was inspired by, and her movie was like the story of her with the
her as a superhero.
Yeah,
a musical.
A musical. Written, produced, and starring her.
Look, can they get me to write this? I would be number one in line to watch this movie from Chloe. This would be incredible.
It'd be like
you're the only person invited to the premiere.
It'd be like the Captain America musical.
I'd like to think I'm the only non-toxic Chloe fan, and that this episode is not about me. This is about the other Chloe fans.
You're a pure Chloe fan.
I'm a day one Chloe fan, and I've never been mad. I mean, we kind of were at some point mad at Thomas for how it was handled, but not in the way that so we could talk. Okay, well, let's get back to that in a second. The messaging here, because we were talking about Sabrina and Zoe. And this episode also functions as them kind of facing off with Chloe maybe one last time and overcoming, at least for Sabrina, which I enjoy that it's like Sabrina's gone on this redemption arc this season and she's overcame Chloe, but it's not so simple. And so when she gets this letter being manipulated by Lila, it's not like she regresses, but she still has this hope for Chloe. That was so much of her life. And so I enjoy that and that being a part of Sabrina's journey here. And she overcomes it with Zoe, and we get this key sequence at the end. Sabrina says, "Chloe's out of my heart for good, and now there's a lot of room in it." And Zoe smiles. So what do we think about
that?
I mean, you
Taking
have to wonder.
days.
Delaney, were you watching this episode? I'm wondering if this would end with the Zoe Sabrina getting together.
No, I wasn't. I still don't think we're quite ready for that. But at the end, though, I was like, yes.
Yes. Uh,
Yes.
I thought I was like, are they doing this at the end? Because I was like, okay, it's kind of weird to do it in this context if they're gonna like finally like kiss or ask each other out. It's already weird no matter what they do, but I think you got to distance yourself from the Chloe of it all a little bit. But I
Yes,
like I
yes.
Yes.
in the end I like how they handled it, which is like Chloe's gone and now there's room for someone who's her sister and looks similar to her. But but they didn't say
Yes.
that part.
But
Um,
isn't her.
but isn't her. Yeah. So I like that at the end. I like we're really seeding the way for Sabrina Zoe, and I think we're firmly on track for Sabrina Zoe being our Rose Julica of season 7. In that, I mean, in season 6, we finally see Rose and Julica being explicitly together. I feel like season 7, it's happening with Sabrina and Zoe.
And it could.
Do you think so, or you think not until season 8 or later?
I I don't know.
This is the
Because
identity reveal of romances.
I mean it really is, right? I'm really not sure because like I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna like happen in the background at some point and we're gonna notice it and other people will, but like it's never gonna be like with Rose and Julica, right? It was never explicitly said until it was explicitly said.
Yeah,
So
would have been hard to
maybe it'll be
predict.
like that. Yeah.
Delaney, you think it'll be sooner or later?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, we
Later.
will later. Okay, I mean that's
Later.
always a good bet with Ladybug. Okay, so the commentary, the key, I feel like the key scene was this Noe Lexus and Audrey, I believe, scene with they're talking about Noe's explaining to Audrey Chloe is the close to being the world's #1 influencer. He says Chloe is such a caricature that she manages to make people forget how unacceptable her actions are. With her, evil
Yes.
becomes fun, evil becomes cool, evil becomes aspirational. And Audrey says evil becomes the trend. That I understand. So I think the key here, line, if you are interpreting this as this is Thomas's commentary on the Ladybug fans who are like, why is Chloe? Why did you do this anti-redemption arc with Chloe? Why did you treat Chloe this way? Thomas's response, I think, is literally this line of Chloe is such a character that she manages to make people forget how unacceptable her actions are. Like I felt
Yep.
him talking directly to the fans with this line,
I agree.
and look, I it's like should I mean there's other applications of obviously there's a plot application of this because in the show they've made Chloe to be an influencer now. That's a pretty arbitrary decision that they did. So I feel like the arc that they've sent Chloe on post season 5 or even including parts of season 5 has been to reflect that of the fandom's perception of her. Thomas is just shocked she's so popular and so many people genuinely like her. And so they reflect that in the show and they make her more popular and now they can kind of comment on that. Is this why fans love Chloe? Is because she's such a character. She makes people manage to forget how unacceptable her actions are. I mean, I think in part, I think it's a decent take on that.
Yeah.
Like she's fun and she makes evil fun, so people don't mind it. I guess. Is this a commentary? I just thought of this. I didn't have notes on this. Is this like moving into a Trump commentary too, where it's
Okay,
like
I was literally just thinking that and you were like, "Wait, I just thought of this." And I was like, "He's going to say what I was going to say."
is like because people are like, oh, actually, I gotta hand it to him. He's so funny. And so like it makes and like
No.
how utterly ridiculous Trump is. It makes you forget the things he's doing are terrible. I think they're also probably simultaneous.
It's
Now
like
you,
a cult following.
I think we also but it's like not even just like the people that are part of the cult. It's also like us on the outside.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this person's fun. Like they're making it fun at least. And I think this is Thomas commenting on the rise of fascism in the world. It's like if they dress it up in some sort of fun way, people are not seeing, people are
They don't
buying
see it
the,
for what it really
they're
is.
people, and even if they do see it for what it is, they just stop caring because it's like, oh, at least it's
Yeah.
fun. And it gets back to the commentary that we talked about earlier in the season with Mylene, and she, it's and what I said of that being representative of her generation of finding everything so helpless. And so it's like if you feel like this is just the way our leadership is, they're evil, and there's nothing we can do about it. I think it lends itself to then just buying into the aesthetics of it all and the
Yeah.
oh, it's just also fun. So that I think maybe now that I think about it, that is probably more what Thomas is trying to comment on, and he's doing that at the same time as commenting on his own fans' reaction to his own character. It's pretty
It's
complex stuff here.
multi-level.
Yeah, I genuinely think probably all of that is intentional. I would argue, here was my takeaway. I would argue that Chloe and the anti-redemption arc that we talked about, she was given a miraculous,
Mhm.
and she's like, and then it's like, oh no, actually, she's only going to use the miraculous for selfish reasons. We have to take the miraculous away. She betrays Ladybug. I think all this plays much better. We used to be kind of pissed about how they handled it. I think all of that plays much better in new, more modern, leftist, explicitly progressive Ladybug. Here's why I think that. I think the show has much more obvious economically progressive themes now. And the show is explicitly doing a satire of with the kingdom of the ruling class. And
Yes.
it's explicitly satirizing people with money and power and them
Mhm.
controlling the world. And now in that context, the fact that Chloe is just this rich evil person, and look, she just doesn't change. I think it makes sense because those in our real world, these rich people, they just don't change. They are. We have like how many examples do you have of these like people that are actually trying to do the right thing and donate their money, and then it's like, oh, actually, maybe they're not so great. Like I think this is reflective of our world, and so I think Chloe has gotten better over like reality has vindicated the show's approach to Chloe. And then also I just think the show being more clear about what it is trying to say about our
Yeah.
world. I think
Yes.
that's kind of key. Like it I think what they did with Chloe in seasons 2 and 3 retroactively with the context of season 6 works amazingly. Now, does that mean it was handled well at the time, given what the show was doing at the time? I think you could still argue no. But I look back much more fondly now on how the show has handled Chloe.
I also think it's also kind of like I don't know if I want to say a commentary or kind of like a response to, so when we were watching seasons, 3, 4, 5 of Ladybug, we were also living in Steven Universe world. In Steven Universe
Yes.
world, we have this new age of animation and of heroes, which this isn't a bad thing, and She-Ra of, you know, of redemption, of give everyone a chance. And that's the thing. Chloe's betrayal is a subversion of that. Of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if we just, if we're just, if we give them a chance, we can they can change. And even Doctor Who does this with the Master. And then it blows up in your face. And I think it's really interesting. And I think, when you're in it, when it happened, you're like, oh well, no, like that's not what was supposed to happen. But this is also reality, and what you were talking about,
Mhm.
this show is trying to comment on our current society, and time has vindicated it. But also, I think it's this subversion of and kind of pushback on that commentary, that and kind of this is a kind of different leftist commentary of um nonviolence, of like we have to reach across the aisle, and then it's like, no, like that's not like we've done what we can. Like, you can't fix Chloe, like, there are some people who are not redeemable, don't want
Yeah.
to be redeemed. And I think that's kind of, and especially that, and I think that's part of why this episode is so good. It's like, this is the ultimate, this is the
It's like the
culmination
capper
of all
on
that.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that idea of Chloe can't be redeemed. I would say people listening might struggle with the notion that some people can't be redeemed is actually more progressive. I think that's something that I was in the Steven Universe camp of like
Yeah.
you want to, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying this is what Steven Universe is saying. Steven Universe has more complex thoughts on this, but it's associated with this that we want to try to bring people into the light and try to resolve them and fix and like help them, help them help themselves. And I know that seems like a compassionate thing to do, but the reality of our world is that we try that. When we try that with the most evil people, we're not ending up helping those that are kind of most in need. The evil people are the ones that are, the ruling class, as the show says. They're the ones that are the source of all problems. It all starts economically at the top. It all comes down to money. And if all of your energy, it's kind of about what your energy can go into. If all your energy is going to going into trying to fix the people causing the problem, instead of trying to fix the problem itself and help the people that are being affected by the problem, then you're not actually making anything better. And so, I implore people if they're, I agree with Thomas's notion here and the Ladybug writing crew and everyone. It like so I implore people to kind of think about it at least on those terms, about like it's not like, oh, we need to get rid like let's try to resolve the situation how you can in fixing the problem. Don't focus on putting your energy into helping people causing the problem. Like they're probably gone is the reality of our world right now.
Or like
it's depressing, but
it's depressing. It's like it's introducing the concept of like, even in this magical world, there's still terrible people. Like, and they're always going to be terrible. And I think that's
like fix that.
I actually think it's really progressive to say like terrible people are always going to be terrible. So many shows struggle to arrive at that notion.
Even in a magical, like a world with magic, you know what I mean? Like even magic can't help some people, and you just kind of have to like let it go, which is like so much more powerful whenever you think about how like Sabrina and Marinette reacted to Chloe, like in that, set her off the deep end, was that like they were just like, there's no point in you, like you're the ridiculous one, I'm not ridiculous, like, or even like Sabrina also saying like, I let go of my love for Chloe, so now I can be like, I'm open to loving other things, or there's more love available in my heart.
Well, and that's that they took the power from Chloe, and that's really what's powerful about it is, it's not about that Chloe's a bully, it's about her victims, and in this case, they got the power back, and that's what they took it back. It's their story now, and I think that's what's really, and I think that's also kind of the reason I think Thomas gets kind of frustrated is like, you're missing the point, and then and also we don't, and when we talk about these struggles and in shows and like Steve, and again, this is going to sound like I'm bashing Steven Universe. I'm not. But like in Steven Universe, we don't encounter a problem we can't solve with the power of friendship. His show, we're actually dealing with that aftermath. Like, so in addition to you can't solve everything with this, we're actually exploring that because, in Steven Universe, okay, we do befriend the diamonds and we're like, yay. But like, we don't get to that point past that of, well, what do we do now? So here we get to the what do we do now, which I think makes much more compelling and interesting story.
This is like the further expansion of Steven Universe Future.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you just need therapy.
Yeah, but like they defeat Gabriel, and now the show gets to go into it. Very few shows get to extend beyond their first arc, like almost none. So now Ladybug gets to actually get into what's next, and
Gabriel isn't redeemed. Like even to the end, Gabriel did what he was going to do.
Right, and so what's next after Gabriel? It's the rich ruling class, right? So that's even though it's like here's Lila, it's like this.
He was the tip of the iceberg.
season makes it clear he was the tip of the iceberg, and Lila isn't. This is interesting. I mean, we'll get into other things. I'm sorry for the 20 minutes of political talk. But what? So how? Because you get the impression Lila isn't the ultimate evil, right? So how does that factor into the finale? Is Lila the main villain of the finale? What are we? If we defeat Lila, what does that even mean? Because unlike Chloe and who she represents, because the thing that's tough about Chloe is she's a kid, but I think it's more of the fact that it's her family. But Lila, I don't think the show's presenting Lila as like this irredeemable. Not that the show's going to be interested in redeeming Lila, but I don't think the show's presenting Lila as like part of the ruling class, source of all problems. She's kind of just like her own independent
she's
thing.
Actually, I came up with this new theory while we were talking, and I think she is actually like, not that she's going to be on our side, but I think she is actually like, she's actually a victim in all of it, and is going to be, because kind of this like third party, like wants to turn it all, kind of burn the world down for her own purposes. But then, of course, also has to have her vendetta against Marinette, because everyone just hates Marinette for some reason.
I think the thing that makes Lila interesting, and I hate to say that, the thing that makes Lila interesting now is like the fact that we know that that's Kagame's sister. And so like what
that's been said.
That has been said.
I think she says she's Kagame's sister because she's a Sentimonster. Not that they're actually
no, I think yeah, but I mean in the context of that, they would
in her messed up little head. I got you.
Yeah. Well, because even like they showed the whole, and I know we're like jumping episodes, but they showed the whole scene of Tsurugi getting pregnant.
That sounds weird out of context.
I know, out of context it sounds weird, but you know what I'm talking about, how like they
self-impregnating,
show like her,
seahorse style. Is that what they do? No, I don't think that's right.
Maybe, I don't know, but like, so you can only assume that she would have in some way done that with Lila, unless they're twins, and then she, you know what I'm like.
So I think we can talk about that in more detail, but the thing, I think maybe your point with Lila is that the show is associating. Tell me if this you agree or not. The show is associating Lila with Tomoe familially, and so if my point of like Lila is not part of the ruling class and she's kind of an independent thing, well, the show is associating Lila with Tomoe, and Tomoe is part of the kingdom, is part of the ruling class. So that complicates my analysis here. Like that's the counterpoint. Maybe Lila is more kingdom associated than we really think. And I think most of that comes from in the mid-season finale, she calls Tomoe mom, and we can continue talking about this here. She says in the Dirtifiers at the end, she says she's Tomoe's sister. She refers to herself as Tomoe's sister, as Kagame's sister. Now, level one interpretation is like, okay, she's literally her like birth sister, like blood sister along with, but then this episode also presents Kagami as a Sentimonster. I mean, she's still born from Tomoe. I don't know how that works genetically. But the second interpretation would be, is she calling herself a Sentimonster? Because we've heard this language from Felix before of like, I don't know, I don't remember to what extent, but calling like all people who are Sentimonsters brother and sister. I think that is a understandable way to refer to everyone. And so is Lila, this is the first time I feel like we've asked this question, is Lila a Sentimonster, considering she calls herself a sister of Kagami?
That's what I think. And I think part of this whole thing for her is this like search for family, because she doesn't, like, for whatever reason, she was, created and abandoned, or for, or whatever happened.
Well, we assume she was created and abandoned. For all we know,
if she was a Sentimonster, is she created by Tomoe?
I don't think so.
But then who?
Why refer to Tomoe as mom earlier?
Yeah.
So I think, so my idea is that she, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but what I think is that she's inserting herself to take over Kagame's position. Like she is, because she's crazy, and like, so she does. She's like adopted people. I think she is inserting herself into Tomoe's life, and like once, and is like, I'm your daughter now. Like that's what I like. I think she has inserted herself. I don't think she's actually like related to them.
You mean like in kind of a more intense like blackmail, because Lila learned all of that stuff whenever she took Gabriel's like files and documents, and so she's sort of blackmailing Tomoe kind of in the same way that Marinette did.
And also she can give Tomoe what she wants, which is the perfect daughter, and that's all she's wanted to be. She wants a family. She, and she's crazy. So yes.
My read before this episode has always been that Lila made a alliance or some size, teamed up with Tomoe. We don't know the backstory on that, but they have some sort of agreement. And in her mind, now she is part of the Tomoe clan. Not literally, but because she is in cahoots with them, now that's her mom. And so I think you could see everything that happens still in that. That would be the counterpoint to both. Lila is literally the blood daughter, which I don't know if that makes sense anyway. Blood sister of Kagami, blood daughter of Tomoe. And Lila is a Sentimonster. You could say, Lila's just talking about being part of their sphere is really what's happening here.
So I would consider them actual family if Tomoe did use the miraculous to create her.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right.
In that case, I don't think that's what happened.
I'm trying to think, because part of like the Sentimonster thing is their like anchor item, right? And I'm trying to think if there's one necessarily that we've seen Lila have, because like we know what everyone else's like anchor item is, like it's like rings, right?
And maybe she isn't a Sentimonster, she's just an orphan, and she's just I don't want to say make it more interesting if she's a Sentimonster, because the concept of creating a Sentimonster and then abandoning it, but then also, I would say her motivations would remain the same.
I wonder if it's one of those things too where, like, because I don't think that she would be, the idea of her being an orphan just seems way too out there for me, and it doesn't seem like something necessarily that Thomas would do. But I wonder if it's just one of those things where like Lila's always kind of been there, like with maybe like I say underground in terms of like with Tomoe and everything, but Tomoe is so focused on Kagame that she just kind of let Lila do whatever she wanted, right? She's like, well, as long as she's not murdering people, it's fine. And even if she is, I'll handle it kind of situation. Like I fully believe that Lila's lair is like in the same like structure house as like Kagame and Tomoe
in that
and
building
like that. Yeah.
Which overlooks the Eiffel Tower, at least her apartment in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never really before the Dirtifiers considered like that Lila was a Sentimonster. I think I've seen the idea.
Yeah.
I've never seriously considered it until this episode.
And especially because they were so explicit about Kagame being one.
It's clear the show has made very clear the three people that are Sentimonsters, and Lila has not been one of them until this one line, which has multiple interpretations, as opposed to other kind of non-explicit
also,
Sentimonster
we have to
talk.
remember that she's a compulsive liar.
True.
Yes, you also have to remember that too.
But I wonder if maybe she is, because we know there's a season 7 coming, right? And we know that whatever is taking place in this season isn't going to be concluded during the season. I mean, some parts of it might be concluded during the finale, but there's going to be a lot that's still going to carry over into the next season. And so I wonder if one of the things that will be carried over into the next season and is going to be the cliffhanger item of this season is, one, Lila being a Sentimonster. Therefore, she's also in cahoots about who is a Sentimonster. And she is the person who reveals it to Adrian that he is one.
Yeah, it opens up the door to get into the Adrian
I just think
Felix
it's
stuff.
it's just much more interesting, I think, and compelling for her character if it's like she's like an inverse of Kagami and Adrian, like this idea of creating a Sentimonster. And Kagami kind of explores it, like talking about why you wanted a child so badly, but to treat me like this, and then kind of the idea of to create Lila and then abandon her or whatever happened.
Well, and it's interesting too because it makes it even more interesting because Kagami feels that way about how like Tomoe has treated her up until this point. But like imagine like if Lila actually is also a Sentimonster of Tomoe's, like that's such a worse situation. Like she's literally given her no attention or anything. So
Yeah. I guess ultimately I think Lila this stuff with Lila will continue into season 7 is my prediction. I think she'll I guess still be the main villain at least in the beginning of season 7, and I mean, which is kind of a bold take because we thought Lila was always going to be temporary, but I just don't see an out ramp at the moment unless they're going to go to Tomoe in the finale.
Especially where she like sets this in motion and then gets on the plane to Shanghai. Like, girl, what you doing? I'm scared.
Well, we're going to talk about that. Yeah. So I think these questions we're asking will be continued. I would be shocked if Lila was revealed to be a Sentimonster in the finale. I would be shocked.
Okay.
But they could. I mean,
that would be a good cool finale then.
Yeah. I do think obviously it risks too many people being Sentimon. That's number 4. Like that's a lot of people being Sentimonsters. I think they would need a really good reason to do it. So we will see.
I don't know. I mean, I would say considering we have such a large cast, I think 4 would be okay.
I think 4 is a perfect amount of Sentimon.
Also consider and to make her like she's
okay. Wait, hold on. This is a wild take from both of you. You guys are just so accepting of 4 people being Sentimonsters.
Yes.
Well, and for the interest of making her the inverse of the others and kind of like I think it would be really compelling.
Yeah.
See, like, yeah, I feel like you could take what you're arguing. I think I think Delaney, your points are good and they could be argued in terms of inverse means she's not a Sentimonster or it means she is a Sentimonster and is the other side of that. So but I think maybe both could apply. 4
also,
you guys are saying like
the existence of Sentimonsters. I mean, why not?
You're saying 4 is the perfect amount of Sentimonsters. I think that's kind of insane. But
okay, the fact that we have 3 and 2 of them are related to each other, like why not? It's fine.
Quote unquote related.
You guys are I am declaring that you guys are 100% Ladybug-pilled at this point. That was the most Ladybug-pilled response I've ever heard. You're just like, yeah, throw in Lila as the Sentimonster too. Why not?
4 is the perfect amount of Sentimonsters.
That's the title.
Wait, what is going on here? Okay.
Okay, but also, like, no, that makes it. It's such a good like plot thing though, because when you think about like Kagame and Adrian, and maybe not necessarily Felix as much, but they all have parents who were extremely protective of them, right? So
oh my god, Lila's like, yay!
Yeah, and then Lila has not been protected at all. And like this is what's come of her, right? Because even Felix in his most quote unquote evil of moments, like is nothing compared to Lila.
And his mommy loves him. His mommy loves him.
Yeah, so it's an inverse of Lila, like Felix. Okay. So anyway, I like what you guys are saying. I just think that I'm not convinced that
it would make such a great reveal of of Adrian being a Sentimonster, because we've already put into place that she's sending out letters to people, right, anonymously. And because we also made an emphasis of Marinette noticing the stamp, right?
So that means there's going to be more. And also, as a collector of stamps, I want Ladybug stamps. Thank you.
Yes.
Also,
but
yes, a cute stamp.
So it is a cute stamp.
April's like, that's what I was saying. Wait, no, it wasn't.
Yes. No, but because why would you have Marinette notice something like that Why would you put so much emphasis on that if not for Lila to know that Adrian is a Sentimonster, and then at the end of this season, send a letter to Adrian saying, "Hey, friend,
Hey, buddy.
hey, buddy, old pal, you're a Sentimonster," and him taking that letter to Marinette, or even begins like
It's another
the
letter.
Adrian,
that is interesting. Yeah.
Yes, and then it's another letter, and it becomes this like dual hiding letter thing. So Marinette's hiding the letter from Gabriel, and then Adrian's hiding the letter that says that he's a Sentimonster from Marinette.
April, I just would like to emphasize again how Ladybug-pilled you are right now. But we love it. But we're loving it. This is
Are you complaining?
Me and April have we have like a board with like red string.
when did both of you get more Ladybug-pilled than I did? Like when did, like I feel like this was reversed at some point.
This is what happened.
This is what, yeah. You give me too much time by myself.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'll say as a lot. We got to talk about Lila's plan, but as a last thing, I am more interested if we bring in the Adrian Sentimonster reveal. I think that is more thematically consistent with the rest of the season. So I am starting to see what you're seeing here. I think this is.
It's been going on. I'm so stressed. Because Marinette has been lying, and I'm just so stressed.
Well, and then that helps. Like, even if he doesn't hide it from Marinette, right? He's going. Like, he'll go to Natalie, obviously, and Natalie will lie to him.
Of course.
and then he'll go to Marinette and be like, "I'm trusting you with this information." And then that would give her the perfect opportunity, which she probably won't take, to give him the letter from his dad.
Okay, we're gonna come back to this.
Let's talk about. Idea.
Okay,
I have a crazy
Is it about
idea.
the letter?
No.
Okay,
Adrian is getting a letter. Ooh,
about Natalie. Okay, go first, and then because I want to talk about what Lila's doing in Shanghai. But go first, Delaney.
Okay, my crazy theory is that Natalie is Lila's mom.
Wait, no, hold on. Yes, wait. Yes.
There is. I never had that thought before. There is something instantly appealing about that.
Right? Oh. That's it. That was it.
Is she her real mom or Sentimonster mom?
Sentimonster mom.
Yes.
Wait, no. Is yes both or yes Sentimonster?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. She's
the same way that Tomoe is Kagame's mom.
It doesn't matter.
And the same way that Felix is.
Natalie has access to the Peacock Miraculous. Now, if Natalie birthed Lila with the Peacock Miraculous, she would have maybe been sick before.
Because when
season 5.
When did Lila show up? What season was that?
Season 1, at the end of season 1.
Lila showed up at the end of season 1?
Yeah, Volpino.
Did she?
I'm gonna make it worse. Natalie and Gabriel hooked up, and that's Lila.
Because she's too.
If Lila's the bastard child of the aggressor, like, oh my gosh, I love that.
Yes.
Maybe even more.
So. We won't get that, but it's great.
Bye.
Now, the thing that's appealing is Natalie is just this major player that is like she still feels on the fringes. They connected her with the kingdom is the thing.
Well, Well, she's still very much like a key player because she's hiding.
Also, is she double?
Gabriel's.
Is she a quadruple agent? I don't know.
Yeah, we still don't. Oh yeah, let's add that to the finale predictions. Actually, Natalie double. Okay. Okay. I love. Let's not dive into that for 20 more minutes because we already have a lot to get to. But I love this thought from Delaney. I just wanted to
get that out there,
Okay. I'm not going to put that in the timestamps. People are going to have to find that, and then we need to comment is Natalie. And by the way, if any of these questions are answered from, I assume they're not from like the trailer. I think there's a trailer out there for like the finale. Don't tell us. Don't spoil us on the trailer. Okay.
I'm so glad I don't have Sling anymore because nothing gets spoiled for me. So at least like in trailers.
Good. Don't go on Twitter.
I'm always cursed by Twitter. I'll be like, oh, this is fine. The problem is you like one thing on Twitter and they're like, oh, did you want to see 400 of these posts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though I've muted every freaking rendition
YouTube might do
of
that
the word.
too if you watch
it's horrible.
Okay. Lila Lila this episode, let's recap. So she's on a plane the entire episode. Well, first at the start she prepares this box with the Akuma in it. She also prepares the letter, as we later learn, or we see her. She sends the
I
letter
do like when they were like, we're watching the episode through Lila's phone. I thought that was fun.
Well,
because they're
Lila,
watching the
it is fun.
stream.
They're because Chloe is live streaming the entire episode.
Yes.
Also, this is Lila. This is like ultimate Gabriel move. Like, I'm going to mail you something, and then I'm going to open it while watching on.
Yes.
And I'm gonna hop on a plane. All we needed was hollow Lila, hollow dad,
and like a baby,
because she like literally Gabriel flew when Gabriel did hollow dad, he flew to Japan, I think, and so this is Lila's flying to China, and we needed a little. The problem is no one is gonna miss Lila when she's gone. If she was gonna be missed, we would need hollow Lila.
Also, she one-upped Gabriel. Gabriel never mailed somebody in Akuma. This is amazing.
This is a good idea. And then with like the electronic lock, which I guess, and it's like, okay, how does Lila have this technology? Well, she's associated with Tomoe, who's the technology person.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea. I have questions
about
this. And then
also Chloe trying to open it.
So funny.
Yeah, it's good. So this is a fun plan, so first of all, let's ask the question. At the end, in the stinger, she is in Shanghai. She sees Faye, who we've not seen, I think, in a minute. And then she talks to Faye. She's in disguise, and she asks to see Uncle Wang, aka Kung Fu.
Stay away from him.
She wants to see the chef.
He's sweet, right? Isn't he?
No, boo. She needs to stay away from him. Boo.
We don't.
No. Yeah. I don't know what evil nonsense she's gonna do.
Don't terrorize Uncle Wang.
That's my stance.
Delaney, do you have any thoughts on why Lila is in Shanghai here?
Literally none. I have no. I want you to know. I was like, what? And when we started the podcast, we were like talking about we're gonna talk about finale predictions. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have literally no idea. I'm like, what? She was on a plane or whatever, and I was like, I had no. I was like, I didn't even care where she was going. If you had given me 100 guesses, I would not have been like, yeah, she's going to Shanghai to talk to Uncle Wang. I have no idea what's going to happen. Really, no clue.
There's only so many countries that are canon in the Ladybug universe at the moment, but Shanghai would not have been the top of our list.
Shanghai was not what I was thinking.
Yeah, I have literally no idea what's going on. So no idea.
I love it. It's perfect. After you had you have a concrete theory about Lila being the daughter of Natalie, but you don't have any idea what.
No idea what she's doing. Absolutely.
Okay, this is the perfect place to be in Ladybug.
Yeah, basically, Hawkmoth. That's also why I'm so scared to the finale, because I'm like, oh god, what's gonna happen? I just know it's gonna hurt me. Hawkmoth, generally speaking, you knew what Gabriel was going to do, and you could kind of tell because he was so predictable. And then I'm like, I have no idea what's happening.
April,
no idea.
Do you have any idea why Lila's in Shanghai?
She's getting some really good food, obviously.
Yeah, well, she had good food. I respect that she waited until the end of her meal to then go and try to cause whatever thing she's doing.
She's akumatizing people in
number one. She's
in
French,
Shanghai.
So she's got to eat first.
Yeah, of course. But no, I wonder if because she's the one she's a part of this season has been her trying to prove that Marinette is Ladybug, right?
Ladybug. This is the key here.
So I wonder if she's following the lead, because it's very suspicious, right? And I know every other character is dumb. By the way, the secret identity.
Crazy stalker, but how did she find out about this?
She's crazy. She's a crazy stalker.
I mean, she was classmates with Marinette. Well, maybe Marinette mentioned her family in Shanghai. I don't think it's
and also at some point, I'm sure she saw in the news, Ladybug and Cat Noir were in Shanghai.
Went to Shanghai, right? Well, the only thing we have to go on here is she notices a photo of Marinette and Adrian on the wall.
Well, and she also already knew Uncle Wing was Marinette's relative
uncle, probably, and you're right, it is known that Ladybug at some point went to it isn't known. I don't know. And Gabriel, we also know that Gabriel was too stupid to put together that Marinette and Ladybug were both in Shanghai, and that Marinette is not Ladybug.
Okay,
it's Gabriel being dumb.
Very, very sidebar conversation because my one of Gwen's favorite shows right now is Spidey and His Amazing Friends. And I'm now convinced that all of the adults in that show know that Peter is Spidey and Miles is Spin and Gwen is Ghosty, because like there's no way that they don't know that they're them. There's literally an episode where they're locked in the museum for a sleepover, and and somehow miraculously Spidey, Ghosty, and Spin show up, and I'm like, how does Aunt May not know that these children are?
So you're saying unless they're Gabriel levels of intelligence, they should know.
Like all of the adults in the show, okay? So that's my unside. I was like, also when I had that thought, I was also like, oh my god, Ladybug has killed me. Anyway, back into the conversation.
So I think that was my first experience with this was when I was watching Crypto the Superdog as a kid, and it's like, how do y'all not know?
I don't remember what my first hero identity thing was. That'll be a good thing to think about. Anyway, April. So you think it's just about? Do you have any more detail that you think she's just on the hunt of Marinette is proving Marinette is Ladybug?
Yeah. Like
that
I think that's what it is.
Sense.
Especially because, like, again, she has a lot of pieces that can very easily be put together. She makes it a really interesting point about calling family. So, like...
That is true. She talks about it's 8-hour time difference when you call the family,
Which would lead me to believe that she is going to do something to Marinette's family in Shanghai, which is then going to prompt them, like, to reach out to, like, Marinette's, like, the Paris portion of the family, and then somehow Ladybug ends up in Shanghai. Or it's going to be even worse because Marinette is going to decide to go to Shanghai, and then, oh my gosh, Ladybug also shows up to resolve whatever's happening. So I think Lila's got a big plan in place.
I'm assuming we're not spending most of the finale in Shanghai, but I guess it's possible we spend some amount of time there.
Because also, why would we? I mean, we have to be spending at least some amount of time there.
We'll see we could see her coming back, like on the plane, or she's arrived back and we learn what she's done there. But
also, is she like stealing money? Is she like doing credit card fraud?
No, Tomoe is giving her money, probably.
She's probably bankrolled by Tomoe, I guess. But it is a good point. How does she afford that flight? She might have even been on Tomoe's jet there. But so I do think the only kind of clue there's two things is we see her looking at the portrait of Marinette and Adrian in the picture, and then we just know the key thing to keep in mind is this season is in large part from Lila's perspective about proving that Marinette is Ladybug.
Yep.
We need that to be addressed in the finale. So heading into finale predictions, I think there's kind of two major things we need addressed. One is Lila's trying to prove Marinette's Ladybug. Side note, I think this is like strategically a stupid thing to do, but Lila's not really strategically motivated. If she's so sure, she should just assume that Marinette's Ladybug and then act based on that assumption. I don't know why she needs to prove it. But this is where her head is at. And so I don't know how she's going to prove that in Shanghai. We don't know. But I assume that is what I think this is part of the larger attempt to prove Marinette's Ladybug. I agree. Yeah.
Because of all of the miraculous worlds that we're going to go to, right? Like, Shanghai is the only one that has a direct connection to Marinette.
Marinette's family,
To Marinette and Marinette's family.
It has to be related to her family.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it just has to be related to her because, yes, I understand that Luca is in Brazil, but he's not like...
I would have rather gone to Brazil. That's a good point.
I know you would have. But
Brazilians, I'm with you. I'm ready for Ladybug to go to Brazil, only because Luca's there.
But it wouldn't have made sense for Lila to go to Brazil where Luca is, because, like, does she even know Luca exists? I don't think so.
I don't know if she cares about him.
I don't think she does, which is why she's not there. She's in Shanghai.
It might be easier to like go to Brazil, find Luca, torture him to get out the information that.
But she doesn't. But again, it's one of those things where like no one knows that Luca knows except
they don't
Marinette.
Right, which is why all Luke has to be in a separate location is dumb. But
Yeah.
so it's so she's on the hunt for something about Marinette being Ladybug. Here's my bigger question. Not bigger, but this is a more confusing question. Lila's plan in this episode, she sends the Akuma to Chloe. She sends a
Yes.
letter to Sabrina. My read is she's attempting to akumatize Sabrina here.
Yes. And then she tricks. Because she switches immediately.
And then Sabrina's too strong for that, and so she alters the plan to akumatize Chloe instead. Did you guys agree with that?
I think
Yes,
her plan was
she's like, evil always finds a way.
She says evil always finds a way. That always finds a way maybe implies it's not her intended plan.
I think that she knew she was going to akumatize someone. She was betting
it might have been
on
open-ended.
it either be so it was either going to be Chloe or it was going to be Sabrina. And when Sabrina failed, she was like, I need Chloe to be just that much more angry enough for me to then like akumatize her. Because she could have easily just akumatized Chloe at any moment. It would have worked, right? But she needed it to like really, really pack a punch. So it was either going to be a heartbroken Sabrina or it was going to be an extremely mad Chloe.
Yeah,
and I think that was the plan.
These are both reasonable. Here's the issue that is hard to understand just from watching this episode. I assume the finale will relatively quickly explain it to us. How does sending the Akuma to Chloe relate to her going to Shanghai?
Because she was, I think that we're assuming that like in that same day she like hopped on a plane, right? I think because it was already announced and it was a big thing that Chloe was coming to town, and so I think she preemptively like knew what was going to happen, sent it, and then a couple of days, hours, or whatever late. Well, it would have to have been days, right?
We know she was watching the events unfold from the plane, but we don't know. She might have sent it earlier. You're right.
Yeah, so I think she sent it earlier, and then was just watching everything unfold from the plane. So because again, mail doesn't happen instantly; it takes time.
Right, so it's premeditated,
Yeah, it was, So, which again is why I think like the sending the letter thing is going to be very significant in the finale with the
Something
stamps.
else of note is that, and it's a good point again about the letters. Chloe doesn't talk to Lila when she's akumatized. She's just like gets wound up on her own.
She's like, just give it to me. She's like, I've done this before.
People have kind of, which makes sense to me. Like she actively sought out the Akuma in the past. People have speculated, is it because Lila was not transformed at that time? She was watching as a civilian, or or because Lila was out of range. She was many, many miles away. Both either could be true. I'm less interested in that and more interested in like what is she trying to do? Because I would assume she's not in control of what Chloe's power or intent is at this time, especially considering akumatizing Chloe might not have been her specific plan anyway.
Or maybe just trying to mess with Marinette Ladybug, like I can get you from wherever. That's the only thing I can really think of, because I don't know. Like we're just gonna I literally have no idea what's going on.
I wonder if Chloe was always the intent though, because she knew that she could be like untransformed. And it wouldn't matter. She didn't have She didn't have to say anything.
She might have had to coach Sabrina. If it was Sabrina, she might have had to coach her into it. It's a good point. That being said, again though, she didn't like direct Chloe to, because I could think if I'm watching this episode, Queen of the Dreadzone puts out a giant bubble around this section of Paris. If I'm Lila, if I'm thinking from Lila's perspective, she's trying to prove Marinette's Ladybug. So the fact that certain amount of people are bubbled in here and Ladybug shows up, even though that wall is impenetrable, proves that Ladybug is someone who was inside of that bubble when it went up. So that could be part of her plan of identifying Ladybug. But I just don't, this episode didn't show us that she was in control of that being what Queen of Dreadzone did. So I don't think necessarily that she was intending for that to happen.
I don't think the point of Queen of Dreadzone was had anything to do with Marinette. I think it was just one of those things like, I'm leaving, like she's leaving the country, but she doesn't want to give the impression that, like, because you know how, like, it was with, like, Hawkmoth, right? Like, he had to be within range. He had to be near. So if someone is getting akumatized, even when she's not in the country, that sort of, like, takes the, what is it, like, speculation off of her. So she was just like, okay, well, in a way I'm covering my own tracks, but I'm also actively
If it
working
was
on
Gabriel, you
my...
would think that it was him trying to prove it's not him because he had pulled a move similar to that before. But I don't know if anyone even is considering it's Lila. You could say that this is her
No,
just getting out of the range of the
that
effects of
too.
the villain. But my ultimate guess is that this is a distraction
Yeah.
because really she needs to be in Shanghai to prove something. She needs to make sure Ladybug and Cat are otherwise preoccupied so that
Yep.
whatever she's doing in Shanghai, they can't go there.
Yeah. So there's no reason for them to think to even, like, consider Shanghai, right? Like, not
Yeah.
that they have any reason to at this moment, but still. But that might also be like again, it's a tactic because she needs them to think that she's there, even though she's not. So, like, it could be like Queen of the Dreadzone happens like Monday, and then Tuesday in Shanghai, like, something is going on. And Ladybug and Cat Noir are like, well, that doesn't make sense because there was literally an accumulation yesterday. How is there something happening in Shanghai
Right. So
today?
if she does anything in Shanghai, it could be a misdirect for that being from the butterfly holder. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say Lila specifically because no one's even considering Lila right now. But the
No.
butterfly holder, Ladybug wouldn't think if something happened in Shanghai at the same time, it would be from the butterfly holder. But she could piece it together because she knows the Akuma was mailed to them.
Yeah.
So Ladybug's on the scent anyway. So I think likely it's all a big distraction. Which is it's just confusing because like the bubble, it's even better than her plan. If she was there, she could have proved that Ladybug was one of these people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, we're talking about the finale already.
Mm-hmm.
We've been flirting around this topic, but I was disappointed that Queen of the Dreadzone did not continue the plot line from whatever the last episode was before this. I'll check in a second. Which ended with Marinette potentially about to tell Adrian that his dad was a monarch, and that also she might have been about to tell him that he's a Sentimonster. Now she likely was chickening out at that, but the episode kind of left it ambiguous, and that was Sad Nancy. I believe at the end of Sad Nancy, and this episode comes after. Now it might not be chronologically after, it just comes after in production order, so we don't
I hate the
continue that
show.
thread. But presumably the finale will conclude what Marinette was going to do with her letter to Adrian. Was she going to tell him that his dad was monarch, and also maybe that he's a Sentimonster? Delaney, what do you think we're doing with that in the finale? Any predictions?
Oh, I don't know. I can't go through another season of this. So,
That's the biggest thing. Please resolve this, right?
please, I can't do
Yes.
this. Um, yeah, please. That's what I really hope happens. We gotta do
April,
it.
do you have a specific? I agree with that. Do you have a specific prediction
I've told you my prediction. I think that Adrian is going to get a letter in the mail
With
from
the
to
stamp.
tell
Kagami, from Lila?
from Lila with the stamp that says he's a Sentimonster, and I would, I knowing Lila, it's going to say something like, you can't trust those around you. They've been keeping a secret from
So
you,
Lila's gonna
right?
sow
So
discord. Yeah.
yeah, so it's either gonna, like, outright say he's a Sentimonster, or it's gonna be one of those things where she's like, you can't trust the people around you. They're keeping secrets from you. Because then she's also, um like, almost in a way, like, one, it would obviously, like, destroy Gabriel's reputation, which I think she would be very, very happy about. But also, she's like, if Marinette is Ladybug and she hasn't told Adrian, then that secret must be killing her, right? So then it's almost like she's getting, like, she's in a way, getting Adrian to prod Marinette, and he's going to be like, what are you keeping from me? What are you... And Lila's going to be severely disappointed because she's going to think that Marinette's going to tell Adrian that she's Ladybug, and instead she's going to be like, I have this letter from your father. And then we get to start Adrian Evil arc. So...
Oh, man. Dark Adrian arc? You know I'm in
Dark,
for that.
yes.
The Lila continuing to send letters. The idea of Lila revealing to Adrian he's a Sentimonster because Marinette chickened out at the end of Sad Nancy, so Lila reveals it first, and she implies that Marinette or people around Adrian can't be trusted.
Yep.
Adrian confronts Marinette. Is this true? Are you keeping secrets from me? Causes discord, and that is in the finale. I could see this.
And I think
this is a good idea.
I think the other thing that like helps this is because, I mean, we all know that this is a kid's show. These are teenagers, but like, and while yes, like it's a really great episode, Nino's actions and behaviors in The Chain Giants is very like reflective of that of a teenager in that situation, right? Like it's a little irrational, like it's kind of crazy. And so it sort of like would continue that, right? Like we can only assume that Adrian is going to have a very teenage reaction to whatever he gets sent in a letter. So yeah.
I think I like it.
Happen.
I think alternate ideas. Marinette is ultimately forced or just does tell Adrian about his father towards the end after the events of the finale, likely precipitated by Lila. So I guess my prediction would be yes. Probably we're all in agreement. Yes, Adrian learns his father was Monarch in the next 2 episodes. Agree?
Agree.
Yes.
Okay. Harder question. Adrian learns he's a Sentimonster in the next 2 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like they go hand in hand.
Hard about it.
Well, the show has been tying them together. I don't think they're innately hand in hand, but the show has been really tying them together recently.
The show's been tying them together. And I keep thinking about how, like the identity reveal too, and how Ladybug told Cat Noir that he should get a stand-in, and like how she has Scarabella.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if he's like, you know, I've been thinking about that more. I know exactly who I'm going to ask. And he tries to ask Marinette. And then he also gets a letter. I think that if he doesn't find out he's a Sentimonster, he at least, like, it comes out that Gabriel is Monarch. And then he gets a letter in the mail in the stinger of the last episode with the stamp on it. And it reveals that he's a Sentimonster.
If he wanted Marinette to be his stand-in, I think I would die.
That would be so funny.
But can you imagine? That would first, Marinette would then find out who Cat Noir is.
I would have to like turn it off and walk away.
But then can you also imagine how that also prompts and feeds into the like you can't trust the people around you, because Marinette would be then forced to say no unless she wants to reveal to him that she's Ladybug, right?
Stop. Well, I guess she wouldn't. He wouldn't do that because because Marinette said, you know, I don't want. They were both like, I don't want to be heroes, so maybe he wouldn't.
But
I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. Stop.
I think the ultimate. I love this fanfic. I think ultimately the stand-in stuff was isolated to that episode because at the end Adrian's like, I don't want to. Or Kat is like, I don't want to stand in him, and it seems to be accepted. I would think we would do more with that if we were going to bring that in as a major plot line. But I do like this.
Well, I also like. Why would you have that conversation if it's not going to mean something? Because remember, everything in animation is purposeful. Well, you know what I mean. But
yeah, I think it was a capper to the episode. Ladybug tells Kat he has Scarabella. Adrian says he doesn't want to impose the burden on anyone. So this is interesting. Maybe more in Adrian's character if he's seeing Hero as a burden, and that could tie into something about the truth being revealed to him. Anyway, I don't think it's a ridiculous thought or anything. I just think there's like potentially other things to speculate about as well. But to conclude the
Yeah.
Sentimonster thought, I think I would actually predict yes that Adrian learns he's a Sentimonster.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably deluding myself because it's probably like I did not think so until the last third of the season. I did not think this was going to happen at the end of the season.
I'm
until
so
recently.
invested in the letter idea. Like, you have no idea.
April, this is a good idea. I just think most likely it's not specifically going to turn out this way. Exactly this way.
Look, it may not be exactly that way, right? But I think he's going to get a letter, and it's either one going to force the hand of Gabriel equals Monarch, or Adrian is a Sentimonster, or both at the same time.
It's a very drama idea of someone else getting out of Marinette chickens out again, and someone else gets in front of him and tells him. I think the letter thing was you're extrapolating a lot just from that was like one episode.
Yeah.
So we'll see if there are even letters
like
that could have just been that at the end with Marinette being like, oh, it's the same person, and then like it's anyway. Yeah. We'll see if that was
again. Why would we do something if it's not going to be mean? Because they also made it a big huge point to show the stamps whenever Lila bought them.
So Marinette is on to the fact that this was coordinated. So I think that not necessarily the letters themselves, but Marinette now knows that the butterfly holder coordinated this attack. As we mentioned, Lila might have been using that as a diversion. She wouldn't think that Ladybug would be onto her, but Marinette is onto her. Anyway, but again, counterpoint is Queen of the Dreadzone is the third to last episode of the season, could be very big in ways we are not understanding yet. So I don't know. Adrian's got to learn about his dad to conclude the season arc. I don't think he needs to learn about he's a Sentimonster, but the show seems to be going in that direction, so I'm very interested.
They're pushing the Sentimonster thing.
Yeah, we don't need to talk too much about this next one, but we've been talking about Lila being Aglia. We know Lila's someone at the school. Will it be revealed Lila's Aglia in the finale?
It's like she died. Like, where's she at?
She wasn't. She was not in these 3 episodes.
She's gone.
Suspicious.
Because Lila is running around in a blonde wig, going to Shanghai.
Now she is another. Well, she was been Cerise, and now she's a new person. And if Lila's still the villain, at least in the beginning of season 7, I could see the Aglia disguise continuing into the next season. I think that would be very annoying because season 5 ends with the notion of Lila is going to be someone in the school. And if you just go the entire season and you don't confirm who Lila's in the school, well, that's kind of a Ladybug move to do that.
I will say, and the blonde disguise, I feel like we've seen that character, and I say that character because we didn't know it was Lila at the time, but I feel like we've seen that character previously this season. So, because I remember when she put on the blonde,
she does look familiar.
Yeah, because when she put on the wig and then tied it up into the bun or whatever, I was like, wait a second, I've seen that woman before. Where have I seen her from? I mean, obviously, like, somewhere in the background, because that's like the big thing with Lila at this moment, right? She's always watching from somewhere. So
yeah. Anyway, is Aglia revealed in the finale, April? Yes or no?
No.
Delaney.
I'm sorry, what?
Is Lila Aglia, is that revealed in the finale?
Oh God, I don't know. There's so much that's going to happen, and none of it's going to make sense.
Okay,
that's too much. There's going to be
Oh my God, there's so much. There's so much that they need to do. You know what? Sure.
Okay. Sure. I'll say yes, but I wouldn't be surprised if no.
There's simply too much that's going to happen.
How is Noe and the Kingdom going to factor into the finale?
I will say I was shocked to see Noe again so soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they haven't done a whole lot with the Kingdom.
I think the most important parts of the Kingdom are Noe is the diamonds.
Yes.
Audrey is presumably in there as well. And then Natalie is the daughter of a Kingdom member. I think those are the most pressing things to get into here. So
who ended up being the new diamond?
Noe is the diamond.
Noe's the new diamond. Yeah.
And
Tomoe is one of them.
I also think
Tomoe is the machine.
She's like the child of like the leader
of at least it was presented that way. Tomoe is a member, and then also Natalie is the daughter of a member. of potentially the leader or of an influential member. So, I guess I don't think the kingdom's going to be the main person responsible from the finale, but I don't really know. I think it maybe is more Tomoe, Lila centric,
Yeah, I feel
and
like
Natalie could factor in too.
the kingdom's like our long-term thing, so I don't think
Yeah.
that might be like a
Yeah.
stinger.
Will Noe be
Yeah.
in the finale? I don't really know.
I have no
I feel
idea
like
what's going on.
I feel like if Noe
That'd be
shows
a
up
good
in the
title too.
finale, it'll only be in the stinger because I feel like a good portion of the finale, at least the first episode, is going to be in Shanghai. And I don't think that's a crazy thought.
I think it'll be quick if so, but who knows? I mean, I don't know. Is Natalie being a double agent? Is she a double agent? Is she a triple agent? Will this be revealed or come to a head in the finale?
No.
I think if we're saying the kingdom's a longer term plotline, probably that's a longer term plotline.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Okay. Any final finale prediction thoughts? We have to quickly go through some final things from the last 2 episodes, from the other 2 episodes.
No.
Okay. And this next topic I don't think requires too much discussion, but we talked about Marinette and Adrian as the temporary stand-in holders of the Turtle and Fox Miraculouses. We have Marinette as Renardette. I thought she was great, and like Renard is French for fox. Great name. Although I feel like that reveals her identity, or I guess Et is just like female.
I was like, that's not very secretive of you.
But I loved her in the outfit, and then we have Adrian as Trionyx, which is the genus of turtle, as
he
explained. He is
such a nerd. Yes. What a giant nerd. Okay, I need to know.
He can blame his dad for that.
Was Sarah like, this is great?
Yeah. Yes. Obviously.
Okay. Thank you.
Obviously. I thought he looked like a nerd in the outfit.
He did. I really liked his hair. I liked both. I will say this was really fun, and I liked that, like, they could have made this really stressful. I mean, it was stressful, but like it was really cute. I enjoyed them a lot.
I like that Delaney's back now that we stopped talking about the confusing finale that's coming up.
Yes, you're welcome.
We need to switch topics.
I'm like, okay, I don't have to think hard anymore. I'm done. Yay!
Yay!
April, thoughts on them as these heroes?
They were just so cute, and it was nice because it was like this is what it could be like,
Also, it's funny them being like, wow, like even like I really enjoyed
both of them.
So
there's a villain. What do we do now?
Yeah, it was like I really like it was really funny. Like especially when they were running. Like it was just I thought it was just hysterical. Like just like they are literally the most experienced superheroes, and it was really funny. Like I enjoyed it a lot.
I love that. What is it? Alya's approach was like, Marinette, you can just say no.
Oh my god, Alya. Okay, I texted in the chat to be like, how does Alya handle Marinette and Nino? And April was like, she doesn't handle either of them, and that's the problem. But like, or like Marinette or Marinette is Adrian's problem. Like,
yes,
I know Alya was so like Marinette was trying her best, and then Nino had to go butter her up. Like, oh my god, and I just know Alya wanted to shake her. Like
she was so mad.
Alya deserves like a Nobel Peace Prize for not killing Marinette and Nino. Like I know Alya was tired. Alya was like, oh my god.
Yeah. It was just fun seeing them seeing them in different. It's always great seeing Marinette and Adrian in different hero outfits.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could see this coming back. We need our stand-ins, even though at the end they're like, no, we're not doing this. You got to get them back at some point in these outfits.
Like at one point, like this would not happen, but wouldn't it be great if like throughout the show we get to see them in all of them? It'd be great.
So magical.
I mean, we get Marinette keeps whatever they call it with different
what is it
qualities.
Called?
Yeah, right. She hasn't done it in a while.
Whatever it's called.
You guys know what I mean. So we're kind of seeing, we always see variations of Ladybug, but we saw her as an individual one, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see Adrian as in different forms. Okay, Nino and Alya, the divorce. I think we've talked about it already, but to summarize it, it's actually very progressive to show divorce in any sort of positive light. Particularly, this is like an American perspective, as America is
Yeah.
still like very very culturally conservative in a lot of ways, and like people think it's a like a Christian country, and this is a very like Christian notion of divorce bad.
But
So this episode,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. Oh, well, I was gonna
This
say, like, in a lot of different cultures, like, divorce is still bad. Like, it's
in a
not
lot of
good,
like
right?
religiously conservative cultures, divorce
Yeah.
is seen as bad. And so to have this episode, its main conclusion being that they're like they freed each other from the bonds of their marriage, and they're
And
separated. And Nino at the end is like, "This is good. This is much better now."
Mhm.
especially because we live, like, especially as an American, like, there are, like, divorce is, like, the norm. Like, there are, like,
The
a
weird
lot of kids.
contradiction of America
Yeah.
is that 50% of marriages end in divorce. I don't remember if that's a real statistic. And also, it's seen as unacceptable to society. You like try not to talk about it. It's this big
Mhm.
contradiction. Yes.
And yeah, like, it's very much a reality, and I think it's really important, especially for a kid show, to show, because there are lots of children of divorce, and it's definitely something that is not explored or talked about in animation.
Well,
I've never I can't remember. April, can you remember? I don't think I've seen a pro divorce TV episode like this before.
I'm trying to think.
I definitely haven't.
It's
Nothing
kind
that's
of
like
revolutionary.
nothing. Hold on. Something is eluding me. What am I thinking of? What is it? Oh my gosh. I know of something and I can't
Yeah,
think of it right now.
we'll come back if you
Please
think of
do.
Also,
it.
Nina,
Oh, what is it?
also Nino was very, like, realistic and relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if your parents aren't divorced, that talk about, like, your parents arguing all the time, and like
Hmm.
how he
Yeah.
was reacting to things. And it was also showing, healthy stuff too, like, about, with Marinette and Adrian, it's like, no, you don't have to agree on everything all the time. That doesn't mean you hate each other. That's not a bad thing. I think that episode just had a lot to say, and it was really good, and it was well said.
Yeah. April,
Yeah.
any other thoughts on that?
No, I think that it's a good, a positive representation, right? Like that it's okay for your parents to not be together anymore. And because anytime that they talk about like there's the topic of divorce, and especially in like children's shows, they it's like a negative thing, right? Like the what a throwback. Infinity Train, I think it was the first season character. She's coping with her parents' divorce, and that's how she ends up on the
Mhm.
train, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right.
right.
Yeah,
So
no, they're divorcing. That's the
yeah, they're divorcing, and she's like having a hard time dealing with it. And so I think that it's just a really good, and like my parents are divorced, right? And I remember like it's not always like that, like amicable, like you know like my parents was not by any means. And so
were you a child?
I was 16. So but that's why it's also like interesting, is because like I remember the relief whenever my parents split. And it was one of those things like I wish this would have happened sooner. And
So it's
so
it's
it's
kind of like Nino.
yeah, because he has that moment. But like for him, he didn't want it to happen at
Yeah.
first. And like I'm like, oh, that's not how it was for me, because I like when it happened for me, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, I don't have to deal with this anymore. So I still can't think of the show that I want to think of. I'm surprised I remembered Infinity Train,
No,
honestly.
Infinity Train's a good shout, and also
Hmm.
obviously, like, and both, it's also very valid to explore, like, it is a lot for a kid, to
Yeah.
deal with, and so, but we don't generally see this side of it.
I will say that they kind of, it's not a kids show though, is in Rick and Morty. They explored
Oh
the
yeah,
idea of Beth and Jerry being divorced. And even
right.
then, like, it wasn't necessarily amicable, because Jerry was just like, well, I guess like this is what's happening.
Well, Jeremy is like the most pathetic.
Yes.
He is a good and bad example.
Look, they're
Yes.
back and better than ever this season. Spoilers. It was fun development. Okay, anyway, that's good talk about that. Yeah, and the only thing I'll add is that this is the type of like French commentary I want to see, because I feel like
Oh,
in my head at least Europe is better about
Yes.
things like this than America's. Like, please, Europe, teach us about things like more
Well, it
vacation
is.
days and
Yes.
divorce and
Hopefully, Europe is more socially progressive than we are.
yeah.
So
So
it's nice to be
Yes.
able
so
to
please teach
things.
us more
Thank
about
you.
these things,
Okay.
Ladybug.
I remember now. I don't know why it
Yes.
didn't come to me. Arthur.
Arthur. That makes
Oh.
sense.
Buster's parents are divorced.
And it's
The
shown in
only-
a positive light.
And it like is because it like it like is in it's really interesting because it like focuses on, there's like one episode specifically, and it talks about like their co-parenting and like the challenges of that, because his father is an airline pilot, and so he primarily like he lives with his mom all the time. So it's like a different take on divorce, right? Like your father wants, like the other parent wants to be there, but they can't for whatever reason, and then when they say they're going to be there and they don't show up, like it's even harder, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff with that, and that's a kid show, like
Nice.
an early
Yeah.
kid show.
No,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
a progressive show too. So that's a good shout. Yeah, good stuff there. And yeah, and I just love the hero sequence, and it resolves by them freeing themselves.
It's so good. Like it's such a
Yeah.
good.
It definitely borderline on like, this is hilarious, on like the giant swelling music and the statues like
Yes.
moving slowly for
Yes.
but I thought it bordered on the right side for me. I thought it worked. Okay, last thing, I was going to spend more time on this, but let me give you the short version on. We see both of these episodes is an Alya's family episode, then a Nino family episode, and both times I was very confused about what the kind of background of both of their families were. So it's kind of funny that they are back to back, specifically because you watch the Dirtifiers, and I feel like Alya's
Yes.
mom this season comes across very much as Indian or South Asian in general. At least of that background. And before on this podcast, we talked about Alya and Nino both being black. And so I'm like, did we get this wrong? Like, ultimately, like, who cares? But I'm like, I don't like, did we spend 10 years talking about this wrong? The short version is, I do think from an American perspective, we would still call Alya and Nino both black. So I don't think we need to backtrack on anything. I have done research into this. You have to go into Thomas's tweets to find answers to both of these questions. This is not something you can find from the show. Alya's family is from the Caribbean nation Martinique. She is of a Creole Martinique background. Creole can mean a lot of different things. I would say in general kind of means like a mixing of like cultures and races and stuff. And so Alya is of like a mixed kind of cultural background from Martinique. If you look at the background history of what Martinique it consists of, it is predominantly Afro-Caribbean and Indo-Caribbean. So that's where you would get the presentation of Alya's mom maybe seeming more South Asian. So I would say probably Alya is both Indo and Afro-Caribbean, but more specifically, you would say she's Creole from Martinique. And so from an American perspective, we might call her black. European might say something else. I'm a white person, by the way. We're all white talking about this. If you're a person of color and have more context, you can leave a comment about that. This information comes from Crew's tweets, like Thomas and other people. So anyway, Nino, a little more straightforward. Either his parents are from or their families are from Morocco. And I do believe both of his parents are Moroccan. His mom has henna on in the episode, which I think is very cool. Yep. We associate maybe as Americans henna mostly from India, and South Asia, but henna is actually also widely used across North Africa and the Middle East. So I think that's very cool. I think his dad is not really specifically presented as anything, but his name, which I could look up, I do think is a Moroccan name, or at least popular in Morocco. So I would say it's very likely both of Nino's parents are Moroccan. Does that mean Nino's Arabic, African? Probably both. And again, I think we would probably call him black in America. In France, this could be seen differently. Okay, there you go. I had to do a lot of research to arrive
I
at
was
that.
like,
And
that's so much research.
well, it's very funny getting these episodes back to
Yeah.
back, and it's like, what is happening here? Mostly, I probably wouldn't care unless we've been podcasting in a certain context for a long time.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to correct the record if we were wrong, but I don't. Ultimately, I think there's basically not much to correct the record on.
Not really. I would definitely
Yeah.
appreciate if we would explore some of that more in the show.
Or if we would
I
have.
I think these episodes make small attempts to explore them. Like I appreciate that her mom's design has evolved to
Yes.
kind of be a little bit more
Yeah.
culturally specific.
Especially-
Alya's mom, or Nino's mom, and then Alya's mom as well. I think they're both kind of
Yeah.
a little bit more specific designs.
Which, especially given like the political in the political context of Europe and actually France in particular right now, it would be very good to like highlight it and explore it more.
Yeah.
But also all of this is good, so that's great.
Yeah, I think it's a good step. I think Ladybug in the old animation style, they couldn't get as specific in a lot of character details, and they didn't
Yeah.
really make a lot of effort to get into specific cultural details sometimes. And I think the show's grown a lot in that regard, and we start to see that with the presentation of their parents. And I think maybe the next step would be you could have the next Alya or Nino family episode, which I don't necessarily need to see next season, but if whenever we see it, could be more specifics, into that sort of thing.
Also, I
Maybe-
didn't know I missed Nino's adorable little brother until he appeared, and I was like,
And
oh,
most
I
iconically,
know.
Nino's brother Chris, aka the Chris Master.
Uh-huh.
Iconic, one of the
Yeah.
most iconic villains. Why didn't we
Iconic.
get the Chris Master trading card?
Chris Master 2.
Also, Alya's sisters stressed me
Christmaster
out, but they
2.0.
are adorable. But then when they started painting, I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Too much.
I did love how they
Uh,
were able to travel through the paint splatters.
It was the Splatoon episode. That's what I decided it
Yeah.
was.
Delaney, in Splatoon, can you go through the paint like that?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I would assume, but
interesting.
I'm not a Splatoon person.
I plan on getting Splatoon Raiders at some point. It appeals to me more than the multiplayer stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm.
Okay, there you go. Let me run through the remaining things, including the specific. We have to always say the Sentimonster specific lines, so let's do that. So Long, which I guess is Kagami's Kwame, Kagami's Kwame.
I like that you said I guess.
Is
Yeah, that's
I
his
guess.
if your mother used the Peacock Miraculous to give birth to you, that means she really wanted to have a child. I'm like, wow, they said it, and then it just keeps going
Yes.
from there.
Yeah.
Kagami
just
says-
keep going.
That magic jewel can turn an emotion into a living being. So what was her emotion when she created me? Yeah, it's like you just said it.
Yeah.
You went out and
Yep.
said it. Kagami to her mom, why did you make me? And
Yeah.
then Kagami also says, I want to know what was in your heart when you used the Peacock Miraculous to bring me to life. We literally get more
Also, these are
clear with
yeah.
each line.
Also, these are great questions, and Tomoe's like, no.
She's like, fight me for it.
Do people still question whether or not she's a Sentimonster?
Kagami is at this point the most clear. It's so funny because we didn't even consider Kagami as a Sentimonster, and then in
Literally.
season 5, she was just like, "Yep, she's a Sentimonster," and we're like, "What? Okay." Yeah, Adrian and Kagami are Sentimonsters. We were like,
Kagami-
Adrian's
so-
Sentimonster. They're like,
This is
and
nice.
now Kagami's the clearest person that is clearly a
get-
Sentimonster.
So what's nice about this is we get to have this, because Adrian can never do this to his dad because his dad is dead. So now we get to live through Kagami having her giant hissy fit, and we get to explore this.
Well, because we
Yeah,
can't
that's
have
true.
this with Felix because Felix and his mom get along, and she's been honest with him since the very beginning. So like,
Yeah, no, you're right. This is a good thing to explore.
yay!
When's Kagami's appointment with Dr. Sequa?
We'll have
Where we
an
see-
episode.
It needed
soon,
to be
don't worry.
yesterday.
I would like to see
We'll have-
Adrian in therapy
we'll have the
in the
episode
finale.
whenever-
That's her
we'll have-
request.
We'll have the episode that Kagami goes to therapy whenever it's revealed that Lila's her sister. So
Oh, well, she'll especially need it then.
yes,
What was in your heart when you used the Peacock Miraculous to bring me to life? Okay, we just said it. There you go.
yep.
It's great. Also, the only other notable thing from Dirtifiers, Tadami's password to access her home is Tadaima, which I was face palming hard. Is Japanese for like I'm home.
Yeah.
That
and
is so annoying.
Yep, I died. I thought it was
But
hilarious.
the thing that makes it more annoying is this is one of those words you hear a lot watching anime. So this is like
that's
anime
why I knew what
associated
it
word.
was.
Yeah, right? So they like this is them weebing out to the max that they use one of the 10 anime words as I mean that's like obviously dumb. It's just Japanese. But like there's words that they like Daijobu is the most famous one, but Tadaima's also up there.
Like sad thought. She did like because that's a common thing. Like you announce whenever you're home. That she
but there's just no one to greet her except for
but so she's still saying that she's home to her family of nobody.
Yeah, it is sad. It does fit with what they're doing in like a tragic
It's like
way.
how the only French I know is transforme-moi.
That's a good one to know. Most people wouldn't be the only French that they would know. Well, I just said fair. that Rain Sam Marty Renard is a fox.
Yes,
right. Okay. My dad did threaten to come in here and just yell French words.
I mean, that would have been kind of Ladybug related.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Do you want me to get Zach to come in here and yell French at us? Because he can kind of speak French.
What I really want is Gwen to say French words.
Oh,
that
yes.
Impressive.
My dad wanted all to know I will that he took French in middle school.
I went to a French middle school? Is that what you're saying?
No, he took French in middle school.
My dad took French in middle school.
I will say that one of the songs that one of the songs that Gwen has been like soothed by is when Zach sings Farah Jaka in French to her.
That is so sweet.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's cute.
She does not like my English
now finding
version.
out in year 10 that Zach knows French. What is this about?
Yeah, what is this about?
He's not like...
Is this I took it in high school thing, or is it a real thing?
He took a lot of it in high school, and I think maybe like in college a little bit, but it's not like...
Okay.
It's like one of those things where like he's not like fluent in it
anymore. Has he been to France?
No.
I like this very unsure no.
No, he hasn't. Well, okay, maybe whenever he was a baby, but like... Because he was born in Germany. Is his family
French? What is this?
Okay.
No, he was born in Germany.
Why is this what we're...
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, interesting lore. Okay, I'm gonna skip the future hamster names, including Gustav, a little too
that's right. I forgot the hamster name.
That was really funny. I did enjoy the hamster. I like that we keep bringing up the hamsters.
Yeah.
And then I
love that they had the conversation of like, why are you getting a hamster? And they're like, well, we couldn't get a dog and we don't want a cat, so a hamster.
I also like it was actually very reasonable. Like, we should just start with one hamster. So I enjoyed that.
Start with the hamster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Am I having a Marinette moment? Is that really what you guys call it? This is a good one.
Yes, sir.
Also moments.
Good. We get Nino's transformation, and kind of like hip hop inspired. I think it was cool.
I like when he spins on his shell. It's very Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
What did we not get to from Queen of the Dreadzone? I think we may have gotten to everything, so I will just make sure, and then we can. Here's okay. Noe we forgot about this when we're talking about Noe. Noe at the end grabs the charm.
I don't like that.
Ladybug sneaks it into Chloe's bag and then says, "So much talent," says Noe. So what does he mean? Does he just mean Chloe's talented?
Mean? No.
Well, I think in that case, he like they can use this for some nefarious purpose.
But how?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's the problem.
I think the level 1 reading is he's just like still commenting on Chloe being talented and that she rejected it. Like she doesn't even want the charm. Like she's so evil and so it kind of maybe plays into that.
Do you think he's like being like what is it? Facetious? No.
Facetious.
Facetious. Yeah.
Whatever he said, he grabs the charm and he's like, "This girl's an idiot. So much talent."
Yeah, I mean it's all kind of facetious. I feel like with him. It's true.
It's the same, but I do know. I think he's genuine and he's truly impressed by how idiotically evil Chloe is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting stuff with Noe. Will we see Noe in the finale? That's going to be a good question.
No, I don't.
There you go. That is what I had. Any final thoughts, Delaney, on these 3 episodes?
They were great. I'm really scared about the finale. I think that's also that these 3 episodes gave me nothing, so I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean,
As
it's going to
opposed to
be in
April,
Shanghai.
for April spawned 10 new theories from the
Yes.
finale for these episodes.
Look, I gave you Lila is Natalie's child, so that's
Okay, yeah, that's a good one too.
I really think the finale, like, I think it's going to be one of those finales that, like, is very, like, mid, if that makes sense.
In terms of excitement versus quality, like, it's, like, not going to be that huge.
Well, I think it's because we're setting up so much that there's no way that we keep, like, not everything's going to be solved.
Well, and I think it's because, again, we know there's a season 7 coming. And so I think that, like, it's going to be not like a season 1 finale, but more of like a season 2 finale where it was like kind of a big deal, but not really.
I'm
You know
scared
what I mean?
It's an everything goes wrong finale.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could handle that.
That's what I'm worried about.
If it's going to be big, I want it to be big about like 1 or 2 things. Because I think that's like the show does too much in an episode very well, but sometimes like I think it should be like really big 1 or 2 things, but then they still feed us a couple of other things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like, to me, if Adrian learns he's a Sentimonster, that's a big finale. But that could just be a little coda. It could just be a little coda at the end, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah. Or even like, well, and see, that's the thing too with like these 2-parters, right? Like, what's going to happen in the first part that leads to the second part? So the first part is either going to be like Adrian, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be more along the lines of Lila trying to prove. Oh wait, what if that's the big thing? Is that Lila finally proves that Marinette is Ladybug?
No.
Right. So that's another thing too. Lila could once and for all learn that Marinette's Ladybug. There's a lot of big things that could happen.
Yeah. I think it.
To me, the thing I am most invested in is Marinette telling the truth to Adrian. I think that's been the heart of the season.
That's what I want more than anything.
And I think it could get undercut, like April's saying, but I think it needs. I want to end with a ring-esque scene where in season 5, Marinette freed Adrian, gives him the rings. I want to end with a talk. Marinette and Adrian finally talk. She finally tells him the whole truth. Even if he learns something else through someone else, she tells him the whole truth finally, except for that she's Ladybug, because I guess that would be a bridge too far.
I feel like that might be a stinger, if it's going to be anything.
Yeah, whether it's a stinger or it's one of the last scenes. That's what I'm most looking forward to.
It would be very frustrating if like we go into season 7 and it's still not a thing. Also, how expensive is it to redo the opening sequence? Because they would have to redo the opening sequence, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Gabriel could still loom over them, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, if anything, they just have to tweak it a little bit, but yeah, we will see if that
they change. It's not Gabriel up there anymore. It's like Tomoe and Lila and
Natalie.
Luca. I don't know, Natalie.
Yeah, what?
Luca
yes,
and Natalie.
Yes.
And
The biggest thing. Let's throw him in there. The biggest thing is that Adrian. Like Ladybug struggling to hide the truth from Adrian. We need to finish that. Like, this was a season 6 arc. Let's not bring it to season 7.
I can't keep dealing with this. I can't. I'll die.
Okay. I think the like Adrian being told through some means that someone is like the people close to you are hiding something from you. I think that's going to be like something, and because it could lead to either one. It could lead to a whole lot of things, right? It could lead to, like, it's not going to lead to Marinette revealing that she's Ladybug to Adrian, but it could lead to her, like, revealing the truth about his dad, or even her revealing the truth that she knows he's a Sentimonster, which, again, I don't think it's going to come from Marinette that he finds out he's a Sentimonster. It's either going to come from the letter with his dad, or he's just going to be outright told by someone else, aka Lila.
Okay. I like that April has these very, very specific predictions. We will see what happens.
Look, my brain since doing TMS has really learned how to function. So
your Ladybug mind palace has really expanded here. April. You're really bringing it.
It really. April, how was your TMS treatment? Well, let me tell you about Ladybug.
Look, this is how our lives work. This is the curse that we must think about this show. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions. If you know spoilers from like trailer, don't tell that.
Don't tell me.
I assume the trailers aren't like spoiling everything. So give us your final predictions. No spoilers, but tell us your thoughts. Get it in now. We are caught up with the world, so that's very exciting. And
for now,
until
Friday at 11.
Just for 10 minutes, and then we'll be behind again. So let us know your comments. Thank you, guys. If you will comment anywhere, if you subscribe to us, if you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere else. I want to highlight this review we got a few months ago from Slovakia, from Bemi. I posted this to you guys before, but this was such a good one, so I wanted to read it here. Bemi says, during 2025 Christmas holidays, I rediscovered Miraculous Ladybug and was convinced I saw 4 seasons. So naturally, I watched season 5, lacking a lot of information, and it turned out, in fact, I hadn't seen season 4. I promptly corrected mistake and decided to watch the whole show from the start. That was when I asked myself a very natural question in 2025, is there a podcast for this? And there was. It took me months to catch up since you guys have been doing this for 10 years. Big thanks to you and wishing you the best, wishing you and the podcast the best. Thank you, Bemi. You binged our entire catalog. Yay! People have done this. Let us if you have binged our 10 years of Ladybug podcast, please tell us how this experience was. We would like to know. And it's April before was like Infinity Train. That was so long ago. I'm like, please don't say that, because to me Infinity Train is it's still like a newer show. I know it was like 6 years ago or 7. Please,
being 100 years old.
Same.
In my mind, Infinity Train is a newer show, but so anyway, Ladybug.
I mean, yes, it is a newer show, but it's also not new.
Clearly not new, and we're going on 11 years of Ladybug. So that's very fun.
100 years.
100 years Ladybug.
The first Avatar content in 11 years we got, and Ladybug is going for over 10 years. So Ladybug wins, I guess, with this continues.
I guess.
Oh my goodness! So there you go. Please let us know everything and subscribe to make sure you don't miss our finale coverage of season 6 of Miraculous Ladybug. Consider becoming a patron to support us is the ultimate number one way to support us. You can go to patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you to all our patrons, especially our patron podcast, Kent. And thanks to our patron executive boosters, Steve, Michael, and Phoenician. You can also join our Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord, where the Ladybug discussion is always going on. There's a Ladybug spoiler channel to do if you want to vent your thoughts on a trailer or something. And check out our Avatar movie podcast and watch the Avatar movie on Paramount Plus, and look forward to future Avatar 7 Havens coverage. Any final thoughts here? We don't end on anything in this one. Any final thoughts?
No.
I think the screen cap should be
Marinette
and the croissant.
Marinette and the croissant.
It's so funny.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
Even though I'm tempted by Queen of the Dreadzone. I want to say
I do like the Queen of the Dreadzone one.
The animation is incredible with Chloe. So I think one of the best animated villains.
And I'm watching the episode, and my dad is like, "It looks different," and I was like, "I know."
They changed animation style.
He was like, "What?" He was not ready.
I think the title is 4 is the perfect amount of Sentimonsters. I feel like that's the...
my favorite one is the Jeremy Renner app, but like
the Jeremy Renner Chloe app.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a good one.
Candy and I are always talking about the Jeremy Renner app. It's just so funny.
It's a very Twitter joke. I don't know if it's popping outside of
Probably not.
It's probably not.
Such a good Twitter joke. I laugh every time.
I think the most representative title would be "We're Ladybug-pilled," but I think 4 is the perfect.
4 is the perfect.
4 is the perfect monsters.
I maintain that.
I still think 3, but we will see what the finale has to say about that.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, I guess. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.